Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Today we are talking about Bitcoin and one of my favorite websites in the crypto ecosystem. Look into bitcoin.com. I think they have some awesome charts we can take a look at. It's completely free, so it's not a paid subscription or anything like it. It's just completely free. You can go to this site. I will link it down below. They have some very nice indicators, I think. So what are some interesting ones? This is one of my most favorite ones, the 200-week moving average heat map. So this line here is a 200 week, and this is the price of Bitcoin. And the color of the Bitcoin price shows the monthly increase of the 200 week MA. And as you can see, when it's purple or dark blue right now, then it's actually pretty historical, a pretty good accumulation. When we are in the red, that's actually maybe not financial advice, of course, but maybe a time to maybe scale a bit out, not financial advice. So but also don't get too fooled because in 2021 and 2022 we didn't make it in the red. So don't always wait for the red to maybe scale a bit out. Like as you can see, we are now in the dark blue and the purple, like we were in the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, and like we were in 2015 and at the end of 2014. And also, we were also there at in May 2012. So I think this is an interesting indicator. Let's take a look at another one. Um, we have also the two-year MA multiplier. So when we are in the green zone, it's also means historically it's a pretty good accumulation, and we are in the reds. It is maybe time to scale out. Um, so now we are again in the green zone. I don't know. I think nobody knows how long we are gonna stay in it, but I think there will come a time when we break above it. At the moment, the 2-year MA is 38,000, and the price of BTC is around 16,000 K. 16,000. Okay, so that's an interesting one. Now let's take a look at some other charts which are really helpful. Stock to flow is also a nice one to look at. The Pi cycle top indicator, not maybe the most useful one right now, but as you can see, it was actually pretty good in uh, identifying the top. It was just off by a couple of days. I mean, it flashed at 60K, and at the top in 2020, in April 2021 was 63K. However, we also need to note that here in November, we went higher. We went to 67, I think, so it's more 67, 80, 68, 69,000, and it didn't flash back then. So it is a really good indicator, but it isn't perfect. As you can see, it missed this top right here. It was pretty good in pretty amazing actually in predicting the top of the bull market at the end of 2017 and the top of the bull market in the end of 2013. Let's zoom in, for example, in the one of 2017, actually got it almost perfectly right. So that's, I think, a good indicator when times are looking better. The fear and greed is also, I think, a nice one to know how much fear there is right now in the markets. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's around the 20 around the 20 levels. But don't also take it too serious. It is a nice indicator, I think, but don't take it too serious because It's just a really good. It just helps you a bit, but it flashed here right 12 score of 12, and we were at 28k. Now we are at 16k, and it's at a score of 20. So don't think if it goes to 10 or etc. then the bottom is certainly in, because as you can see it isn't perfect, but it's a good one to take a look at. Also, don't think if it flashes at the 80 90 levels the top is maybe in, because as you can see it flashed 90 and we were at 15k and we blasted all the way to more than 60,000. So it is a nice indicator to take a look at, but don't take it to the bank. um, I also really like the logarithmic ones. Let's take a look at, for example, this one. I think it's really nice to evaluate or take a look at Bitcoin in a logarithmic way, because as you can see, it basically has done that all the time. We go up and we go down, but usually the bottom is higher than the bottom before. So and then we follow the logarithmic line at the bottom here, and then we go up, we do a bull market, we come then back down to the logarithmic line, we go back up and we come back down. I think it's a really good indicator to see where Bitcoin is in the whole market cycle. Um, and then we went up in 2021. Like many other indicators, it wasn't perfect to the top. So maybe this indicator would have predicted something higher. We didn't went there, but I think it's a good one to maybe take a look at. Here we are actually uh, far under the line. So yeah, we need to see if this indicator stands the test of time. It has done very nicely, but today we are far below it, and um, that actually has never happened before for a long time. We went briefly below it in the pandemic crash of 2022. That's also true, but not for so long like now. Now let's take a look at the rainbow price chart indicator. What tells this? A bit of the same story. When we are at the reds and the orange colors, it's maybe a good time to maybe take some profits. Not financial advice, of course. And we are at the blue. In the blue line, it really looks like a good accumulation period. This indicator is so far doing a pretty good job. We are now actually below the blue. I don't think that has ever happened before. Um, no, we also didn't do that in the pandemic crash of 2020. So yeah, and a very interesting zone we're in right now, and we need to check this chart more often, I think, the later days. The pure multiple, also a nice one to take a look at. Also the MVR VZ score, also a pretty good one to take a look at when we are at the high levels, like 10 10 8, the 7 to 9 levels. I mean, it's usually pretty overvalued. I mean, and we are at the lower levels right now. We're in a negative 0.26 right now. Let's take a closer look. Yes, we're in a negative level. So as you can see, it's the good a good indicator to take a look at. We also were in these levels at the end of the bull market. At the beginning, at the bear markets, I mean, excuse me, at the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. And we also were at these levels in 2015. So pretty good accumulation periods according to this indicator. Um, is there another interesting one? So We have the 1 year hodl wave, also a nice one to take a look at. Um, the active addresses, the hodl waves. This is also a nice one for knowing how long people are holding on their Bitcoin, right? So the purple means that at this moment around 13 to 14% of all the BTC is held for more than 10 years. Can you imagine more than 10 years holding BTC through all this? I mean, it's crazy, right? So what this tells us is there are in periods like the when the market is going fairly higher, really higher, we see a lot more short-term activity. And when the market is a bit down and we're in the bear market, you see the activity. You see more activity for the long-term holders. They are just accumulating. Um, so that's also a nice one to take a look at often. Um, and we have another interesting one that's on-chain analysis stuff. Take a look at it. Know that wallets can also just send their coins to another wallet. So not everything is um, saying what it says on the chart. But I think it's nice to do some on-chain analysis, and it really can enlarge your vision on the market. The hash rate also nice to take a look at. We are almost at all-time highs. I mean, the hash rate just keeps going up in the bear markets. Um, and when we dropped here really hard, that was because of the China um, the period where China decided to ban BTC mining. But then now the hash rate just keep blasting up, and that's a good to know because the network is getting just stronger by the day. The pool multiple also a good one, I think. It's yeah, when it's in the green, it looks like a good accumulation phase, but not necessarily the bottom. So know that not financial advice. In 2021, we didn't went in the red, and in the previous years at the end of the bull markets, we did. Um, even like some other indicators, we went higher in November 2021 than April 2021. But the indicator didn't flash here, it didn't touch the red or etc. So don't take all these indicators to the bank. Never actually do with one, but it's just nice to enlarge your vision and to have a good overview of the market. And this is one of my favorite ones also, the lightning nodes. It doesn't tell you much about the price, but it just shows that the network, they are we are trying to make the lightning nodes and the lightning network bigger with maybe an to create a bigger network in lightning. So that's a good thing, I think. So that are the most important indicators. Take a look at it for yourself. It's a really helpful website. It's free. I think it's pretty easy to understand. They have some nice charts. Yeah, and it's free. So take a look at it, guys, if you like Bitcoin. Or if you're maybe trying to scale a bit in or scale out, know that this website exists, and it's pretty helpful. And I think um, it is sometimes good to take a look at it, and we're going to do it more. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions, or if you like to in the next episode see some other charts. Let me know, and I like to thank you for watching, and goodbye, guys.